Good afternoon and welcome to the end of week market review for Friday, January 3rd, 2014. You are going to see that our US and Canadian markets are both declining bullish. It's also important to note that we end up having the markets end their week down. This was after a few weeks of nice solid gains. Now the Dow Jones did end up having a slightly positive day with it up 0.17%. But the S&P 500 did go down 0.03% for the day. We do have gold up 1%, silver up 0.21%, and oil down 0.94%. Taking a look at some of our economic reports, you're going to notice that we don't have a ton, and that is because we had a short trading week. Obviously, we had New Year's off, and then the day before that, we had a short trading session. But on January 2nd, we had our jobless reports. We were expecting 333,000 filings, and we actually ended up with 339. This means that they had more claims than expected, and that was one of the contributing factors to the declines in the market. While looking at the S&P 500 on the daily chart, you're going to see that it's now coming off of its overhead resistance and now looking to find some support. It does have a rising Bollinger Band just below it, but it's more likely to end up finding some support at its 22 EMA. The MACD is declining bullish, and with the black line just crossing down below the blue line. Now here we're looking at the S&P 500 on a weekly chart. You're going to see that we had two good, strong, solid weeks of gains, and this week now was enough to push us back. We're still well away from its supporting 26 EMA. We can expect that it could pull back to that point without any real concern for overall market direction. Now moving over and taking a look at the Toronto Stock Exchange, you're going to see that it's also pulling back from its recent highs and now looking to find some support at its previous cycle high. That support is somewhere around 13,540. Now the MACD is also declining bullish, and with its black line still above the blue line. If we look at the TSX on the weekly chart, you're going to notice that it too had two strong solid weeks of gains and is now looking at a loss for this week. Just like the S&P 500, it has plenty of room before it reaches its support level, which is at its 26 EMA. Our volatility indicator is currently at 13.76. It is down a little bit, but it could definitely end up finding some overhead resistance at the 200 EMA. Even if it does work itself up above it, it's alright. We know that the markets go up there. It's really not until it gets beyond its highest high, which is around 2070, and then certainly into the 30s, that we'd be concerned with the overall volatility. If you have any questions about anything that we've discussed at this point, you can either send us an email or phone call. All of our contact information is on the screen. So with that said, we'd like to thank you for attending our end of week market review for Friday, January 3rd, 2014. Ciao for now.